Hi, and welcome to today's daily reading, which is for July 12th. And July 12th's reading is coming from Wrinkles Don't Hurt, Daily Meditations on the Joy of Aging Mindfully by Ruth Fishels, who is also the author of Time for Joy and Time for Hope, and go check her out on Amazon. And the illustrations are by Bonnie van de Kamp. Beautiful little illustrations. So today's reading is about it's about words and using the right words rather than the wrong words, to help ourselves feel good. So people often say that as they age, they see more and more of their mother or father when they look in the mirror, and that it is depressing. If you can identify with this, why not try something different today? What we say to ourselves becomes a habit, and what we think is what we feel. So obviously, if you think old when you look in the mirror, you are going to feel old. Instead, smile and say good morning, or hello, or even you are terrific, or you look great. It's hard to do this without smiling, and you'll notice how warm and pleasant you will feel. I feel younger and happier when I begin my day with a smile and a positive greeting. And there's a tiny little picture by Bonnie, which is her looking in the mirror, I think, or maybe it's a picture of her mother that she's looking at. Not quite sure, but they're always fun. Okay, so we're talking about looking like our parents, but also there's other people that you can look like as well, But if you look like your parents, or you're looking in the mirror and you see your parents reflected back, there is that age thing that happens, because your parents were your elders, obviously. So it's a reinforcement of the fact that you're getting older because you see them. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. We're talking about habits, so changing it. So yes, Ruth says that you're going to. It's hard to look in the mirror and say, "Hi, you look terrific," without smiling. But I have to say mirror work. I say mirror in a different way from Canadians. They say mirror, which sounds wrong to me. But so you understand. I found it very difficult to do this work when I didn't feel good about myself. It was very difficult for me even to look at myself in the mirror. I would avoid it. So looking in the mirror and telling myself that I was terrific and I looked great was very difficult, and it felt very false, and I didn't really smile, and it didn't make me feel good. So there's other things, maybe before you get to that point where you can look in the mirror and say, you look fantastic. But it comes with practice. It's all about practice. Mindfulness is all about practice, and being mindful of the words we use, even if it's not looking in the mirror, the words we use about ourselves. So if you catch a glance of yourself in the mirror and you think, oh my goodness, that's my mother looking back at me. Ooh, say, why not just say, hello, Mum. Hi, Mum. Like, nice to see you. You look great today. Do it like that. It's about changing this habit of making yourself feel old, if that's something that you do. I don't in general. When I see, it's usually my cousin Leslie that I see looking back at me, and she is older than me, but not by much. She's maybe 4 or 5 years older than me. So I often see her looking back at me. So obviously we're on the branch of the McLeods together. That's where our link is. So it's the McLeod face that's looking back at me. But I look like my cousin Leslie. And sometimes I only catch my eyes, and that's my brother looking back at me. And when I hear my voice played back to me on the phone or things, I hear my sister. My sister and I sound very similar on the phone, or like on a recorded message. Even on this, if I was to play it back, I would hear my sister in there. So there's, it's great to remember that, there's a purpose to our genes. They are who we are generationally. And, you know, we go back generations and there's probably somebody in your family who you look exactly like, you know, somewhere down the line. And that's a really interesting thought to think. But anyway, back to this. I feel younger and happier when I begin my day with a smile and a positive greeting. So I invite you to try that. You know, say hello to yourself in the morning and you feel great. Don't tell yourself, well, you look old or you feel old or you know, you look terrible. You know, those words are powerful, you know, so we want to be using positive words. Even if they don't, you know, like don't use obscenely positive ones if you're not used to doing it. Just little changes, you know. Hello, let's have a good day. And my 5 minutes are up. Namaste, love to you all. Bye now.